April 28th, 2024. After 17 seasons in Winnipeg and 27 more in the state of Arizona, it was officially announced that the Coyotes franchise would relocate to its third home for its 45th season. The Jets/Coyotes organization has been through a lot of pain. Honestly, an underappreciated amount of pain for almost 5 decades now. In addition to an all-time winning percentage below 40%, the organization has seen just 4 postseason berths in the last 21 years, have not won a playoff round in 12 years, and have 0 Stanley Cup Final appearances ever. Now, in recent history, the Coyotes' future seems to have been getting brighter. Budding stars like Logan Cooley and Dylan Guenther have joined established stars like Clayton Keller to give Coyotes fans a glimmer of hope. But all that came to an end this past spring when it was announced that the Coyotes would be moving to Utah. Now, although it is indeed possible that the Coyotes may come back in the near future in the form of an expansion draft, in this new franchise mode series that we'll be beginning today, a group of former Desert Dogs have decided that it isn't enough. Led by former Coyotes captain Shane Doan, a group of investors including Keith Tkachuk, Jeremy Roenick, Radim Verbata, and Ilya Bryzgalov have bought out Gary Bettman's contract as commissioner of the NHL and have decided that, in addition to the Coyotes no longer moving to Utah, the league will be reset through a draft so as to balance the playing field. Furious with this development, Utah ownership has pulled out, leaving the Arizona Coyotes without anyone at the helm. Sounds like a perfect job for GM Data and his team of his AGMs who have one message: we're not leaving. How's it going, everyone? Data here, and welcome to our brand new franchise mode series here on NHL 24, live on Monday evenings. Thank you for joining us here this afternoon as we're moving into the Stanley Cup Final at 8 p.m. Eastern, a little earlier stream today at 4 o'clock. If you're joining us after we've already gone live, you can jump ahead and use the timestamps. We'll get started around the 5, 6, 7 minute mark, and I'll go ahead and make that clear after I've already gone live. I'll reread what I just said again for anyone who wasn't here at the beginning. We're not leaving. Now, we're not doing the Utah Hockey Club. What we're doing in this series is a fantasy draft series with the Coyotes in an alternate universe where they will not be leaving Arizona. I didn't want to do a series where we took over from another team, like let's say an Islanders series or a Capitals series or whatever, and then do a fantasy draft. I wanted to be a team that either was an expansion, but we're already doing an expansion on Thursday evenings. So I said, hey, I think it might be a perfect idea to do the Coyotes since they would no longer exist at this point, but we're creating our own alternate reality. So, in addition to the fantasy draft, we also have over 25 created players, created by by viewers who have won raffles or fantasy hockey leagues. It's going to be a lot of. We hang on to realism always, but we're going to be adding a lot of fun to this series. So that being said, it is live, so give me a moment as I just take care of all the things I got to take care of, and we'll be live in just a few moments. I'm going to look, and I see there's a lot of comments coming in here. I'll get to them in a moment. I'm trying to set the description and all that, the thumbnail and everything ready to go. Welcome to episode number 1 of our live fantasy draft franchise with the Arizona Coyotes. Usually I like to have all kinds of stuff ready when the series begins, but I'm kind of doing it on the fly here. Every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern. There we go. Perfect. The thumbnail is now set. Mullet Arena, one of the best real-life NHL experience. There you go, Jiggles. That's exactly it. Jiggles has been. I've not been myself. Don't forget to drop the like if you haven't already. And of course, subscribe for our currently 4 ongoing franchise mode series, live on Mondays and Thursdays with our fantasy draft and expansion series, respectively. We have our Canucks series, which is always ongoing through recorded episodes. And on Tuesday nights, we have our MLB The Show 24 franchise mode series with the Montreal Expos. So there's a lot going on between everything here on the channel. 4 ongoing franchise mode series, career simulations coming for the upcoming NHL draft, coverage of the NHL draft itself, so you won't want to miss out on any of that. So we'll get started in just a couple minutes as I just wrap up the last couple things. We are not leaving, and I'll reread that little intro in just a moment for anyone who's joining after the fact. Arizona Coyotes fantasy draft franchise mode. Welcome to King Turby. Welcome to His Highness. Welcome Mighty Joe, Gen Z, Mark, Mighty Joe. I'm seeing everybody in the comments here. H. Jaws, Andrew, Mr. Dice, Vasi. Everybody, thank you for all your love here as I'm just seeing through the comments that I missed while I was giving my little preamble. Welcome everybody to our newest franchise mode series on NHL 24, one of our 4 ongoing series at once here. Uploaded franchise after the Canucks is over, not in NHL 24. I think we'll only do one uploaded series in NHL 24. We'll have these 2 series with live on Mondays and Thursdays, but I don't think we'll do another series. Last year I found like it was a bit of a stretch to do the Sharks and then try and squeeze in the Penguins over the summer. I found like the Penguins didn't really get finished properly. So I'm going to try to just, instead I'll stretch out the Canucks series instead. I'll reread what I said at the beginning in just a moment as I'm just finishing up my last couple things here, description and all that, and then we'll send out the tweet, which is always how it goes when it's a live stream. Then we'll get into the fantasy draft, and we'll go through all the created players which have been created as well, as there's many great storylines to follow along there as well. I'm just about done. Just got to put it on Twitter, and then we're good to go. Leafs King. I see now you're Oilers King. Very good, very good. That's Austin Matthews, Clayton Keller. We could see them being possibilities for us in this fantasy draft. Okay, so on the timestamps, I'm going to put now as the start of the video. So let's go through this one more time. I made a mistake at the beginning. It's not April 28th, 2024. It was April 18th, 2024. So all that being said, let me get through this one more time. April 18th, 2024. After 17 seasons in Winnipeg and 27 more in the state of Arizona, it was officially announced that the Coyotes franchise would relocate to its 3rd home for its 45th season. The Jets/Coyotes organization has been through a lot of pain. Honestly, an underappreciated amount of pain for almost 5 decades now. In addition to an all-time winning percentage which is below 40%, the organization has seen just 4 postseason berths in the last 21 years, also have not won a playoff round in now 12 years, and have 0 Stanley Cup Final appearances ever. Now, in recent history, the Coyotes' future seems to have been getting a little bit brighter. Budding stars like Logan Cooley and Dylan Guenther have joined established stars like Clayton Keller to give Coyotes fans a glimmer of hope. But all that came to an end this past spring when it was announced that the Coyotes would be moving to Utah. Now, although it is possible that the Coyotes may come back in the near future in the form of an expansion draft, in this new franchise mode series that we'll be beginning today, a group of former Desert Dogs have decided that that isn't enough. Led by former Coyotes captain Shane Doan, a group of investors including Keith Tkachuk, Jeremy Roenick, Radim Vrbata, and Ilya Bryzgalov have bought out Gary Bettman's contract as commissioner of the NHL and have declared that, in addition to the Coyotes no longer moving to Utah, the league will be reset through a draft so as to balance the playing field. Furious with this development, Utah ownership has pulled out, leaving the Arizona Coyotes without anyone at the helm. Sounds like a perfect job for GM Data and his team of assistant general managers who have one message. We're not leaving. Ladies and gentlemen, as I said earlier, welcome to this new franchise mode series. It'll be a fantasy draft live on Monday evenings at 7 p.m. Eastern here on the channel, in addition to our other franchise modes going on. So that's 4 franchise modes at once. Subscribe if you haven't already to not miss out on any of those. But in addition to the fantasy draft itself, we're also going to be playing with 26 created players. I can't go through each one in detail, but we'll absolutely scroll through each one right now. There's maybe some sort of rift in the timeline going on. Universe 462. I could see that. Bettman definitely getting an ownership stake with how much he saved the club of them. Could be, eh? That's funny. That's a good one there, Passy. So if we go and look at the created players, I just want to show you a little bit of what we'll be doing. I created 26 of them. Each one has a story, so I can't go through every single one and look at each detail in each player, but I want to tell you who the player is and why it might be interesting for us to draft them, right? So any player who is 78 overall was a player who was created by someone who won the raffle in our donation raffle. Anyone who sends a donation to the channel gets an entry into the raffle for created players once every few months. Speaking of which, King Turby just sent a donation right now. Thank you very much, my friend. Appreciate you. So this guy, too generous. 125. Way too generous, Your Highness. Thank you, King Turby, who just sent that in. So, for example, King Turby just sent a donation. That's going to give him entries to the next raffle that we do. So every donation you do, anything below $5 gets you 1 entry. 5 to 10 gets you 2. 10 to 20 gets you, I think we said 3. Oh, no, maybe 4. Then, yeah, 20 to 40 gets you 5. And I think we said 50, 40, 50 plus gets you something like 8. I have to go through, I have a chart on the Discord server. But if you donate through the link in the description to the PayPal link, that gets you twice as many entries. So if you gave a 2-entry donation, now you get 4 entries. So anyone with a 78 overall player donated to the channel and won the raffle for a created player. Anyone who has a player between, whatever it might be, 79 and 83, I think, are the other ones, are players who finished within the top 5 of our fantasy hockey leagues. We have 2 divisions on Yahoo Fantasy in the Discord server. Division 1, which is 20 teams, the higher division. Division 2, which is the lower division, which is, I think it was 18 teams. And we also have a Dynasty Hockey League as well, which was a 16-team league. So there's a lot of ways to win players here. I'm going to run through them quickly here, starting off with Tony Twist Jr., Anthony Twist Jr. If you know Tony Twist, one of the enforcers of the late 90s, I believe, that's Lunchbox who created that player. Lunchbox finished in 3rd place in Division 2 of the Fantasy Hockey League, so he created this power forward with high top 6 potential, 80 overall, with the attributes that you see before you here. 6'6", Tony Twist. Next up is Bob Cobb. That was Dan's created player from a donation. Bob Cobb being, if you are a Seinfeld fan, the Maestro. Number 73 for Seinfeld Season 7, Episode 3. Bob Cobb, medium elite offensive defenseman. There's a good number of offensive defensemen who were created, so that's going to help for the league, which lacks so many of them. So Bob Cobb, that's Dan's created player. Next up, we got Curly Mac McGee. That's Hobbsy's created player. 78 overall medium elite. All of them are 78 overall medium elite, by the way, if they are a player that you won in the donation raffle. A two-way forward with great face-offs, very well-rounded, super physical, 6'6", 244 pounds, from Ireland as well. Forgot to mention that. So that is Hobbsy's player. Next up, excuse me, is Dennis David. I was going to say Denis David, but he's from Sweden. Dennis David, that is Red Boys created player who finished in 5th place of Division 1 in our Fantasy Hockey League. 81 overall, medium top 6 sniper, 95 on the powers and shooting accuracies right there. So even 99 faceoffs as a winger. So Dennis David is one of our more highly rated overall players. Next up is Doggy. He wanted dot Doggy, but a dot doesn't work, so I have to put a D, so for D Doggy. Doggy, a 78 overall, of course, playmaker, 6'1", with crazy 99 passing. That was a donated player that Doggy won, and very well-rounded as well. 99 faceoffs, 99 passing, in definitely the higher attributes. Next up, we have another donated player that was from Mighty Joe, Diddly D Potatoes, who is a 6'7" Irish goaltender. And yeah, that's funny. I didn't know that, Jiggles. Dennis David has 50 durability in Madden. I could have, yeah, DOT I could have done, but he meant like a dot, like a period, because he just wanted the name to be Doggy. He wanted no first name. That's what I was saying. Dilly D Potato, 6'7" Irish goaltender from Mighty Joe. That was a great one. Next up now, I don't mean to say, oh, look at Data making his own creative player, but hey, I earned this player. I finished in 1st place of the Dynasty Hockey League this year. It was by like less than a point. I edged out Golden, and I got my own honor of creating an 83 overall medium franchise player. So, of course, I created Data Soong. Who else? The Lieutenant Commander himself, the android himself. So I didn't just go ahead and say I created a player. I created him because I earned him. So number 22, that's my number. 2-2s never lose. I kind of did it a bit after myself as a player. 1.3 points. That was the difference. Yeah, Golden. In my own personal hockey career, I've been I'm more of a two-way forward myself. So I'm well-rounded in a lot of things. Not the craziest shot, but good skating, good awarenesses. So I tried to, a little bit of myself, a little bit of the android in there. So Data Soong is 83 overall medium franchise as the winner of the Dynasty League. Next up is Wild Broncos player Happy Gilmore, 81 overall medium top 4D. He gets this for finishing in 5th place of our Dynasty League. 81 overall enforcer, by the way. 99 slap shot accuracy and power. The physical 5 stars by far as well. Everything else not as high, but the shooting and the physicals there for Happy Gilmore. Next up, this was a great one. This was created by my fiance. This one was fun because, again, it wasn't just created for no reason. This one was from King Turby. King Turby won multiple players and only took one himself. He donated a bunch of others. No, you haven't missed your players yet, Landon. So one of the players that he donated, he wanted to give one to my fiance. So as in Star Trek: The Next Generation, Jenna Desora, girlfriend at one time with Data. That's always what I call my fiance on the channel here. So Jenna Desora, we created this player together. It was really fun to be able to go through it. She didn't know a lot of what these things were, like what's the difference between I don't know, what strength and durability, but we talked through, we had a really fun time creating this player, and this is the player that she came up with. I didn't really put too much input. It was her who decided on these numbers, and it came to 78 overall, which is exactly what we wanted in the end. So Jenna Desora, this one created by my fiance, that's going to be fun to have her in the series as well. Just one of, I think, 2 female players who we have created. Next up, a second created player from Mighty Joe, Jason Nielsen, 5'10", power forward, well-rounded once again. As you can see, the 4-star physical, 4-star skating, and the X factors. You can always catch that as you go along. Next up is Jaden Pittis. Pittis was a big one that has been talked about on the Discord server for a while. Yeah, we'll see some more Desora content coming soon. This one was from Doggy. This is, I believe he was a generated player in one of the franchise mode series on the server. That's what made him popular. So Jaden Pittis, 5'8" sniper with 5-star shooting. There he is. That's Doggy's second player right there. Jaden Pittis. Next up, we have Jacob Wyman. This was made by Amgus Hyonk, who finished in first place of Division 2 for fantasy hockey. Jacob Wyman, 5'5", playmaking centerman. There he is, Landon Pittis. Playmaking centerman, 5-star puck skills, 1.5-star physical, 2-star shooting, but like 4-star everything else. So Jacob Wyman, 5'5" centerman, but a lot of X factors to go. I wonder how he'll simulate despite the height. That'll be something to note. Next up is Kirill Bang from I'm Sean Avery. He's been very excited for this one. Kirill Bang, offensive defenseman. He really crafted this player with a lot of detail. Don't worry, shot blocking 36, no problem. 4-star shooting, 3.5-star puck skills, 5-star skating, Kirill Bang. And actually, Sean Avery sent me a little bit of extra details on the storyline behind Kirill Bang. If I could just quickly, I haven't been going over the nationalities very much. Most of these players are Canadian or American, by the way. But Kirill Bang is Montenegrin, from Montenegro. So, Kirill Bang, born in Montenegro, from a Montenegrin mother and Canadian father. He has an older brother named Magnus. Kirill was first a lacrosse player, playing for Montenegro's U13 lacrosse team, but he was also playing hockey. When he was around 15, the family decided to move to Canada following the political tensions in his country. That's where Kirill's drive for hockey really started. He got invited as an undrafted player to the Medicine Hat training camp and made the team. So, of course, we don't... Oh, yeah, and Doggy's from Tanzania. Good catch there, Doggy. That's true. See you, Oilers King, Leafs King. Thanks for being around. We'll see you later. So, of course, no junior teams needed because everyone's 18. But that's the storyline. Despite the coaches and some friends wanting him to play forward like his brother Magnus, Kirill wanted to be a defenseman. An offensive-minded player, very fast with a great shot. Kirill's numbers are impressive. His experience playing lacrosse gave him an incredible hand-eye. Did you know who else was a lacrosse player? Wayne Gretzky. His biggest weakness, shot blocking. When he was playing lacrosse, he got hurt 2 times blocking shots, as they don't have pads in lacrosse, breaking his legs at 2 different places, leaving him out of play for months. Since then, he always tries to get out of the way when an opponent tries to shoot. Will he ever be able to fight his demons and become an all-around defenseman in the NHL? Only time will tell. So there's a story on Kirill Bang. Next up, we have Kaylor Cahill. Kaylor Cahill, that is Alaska's player. This one was donated by Pat. Pat finished in 4th place in the Fantasy Hockey League in Division 1. He donated his player to Alaska, who finished in 6th. So Alaska finished 6th in Division 1, 80 overall, medium top 4 offensive defenseman. Kaylor Cahill, fun name, 5-star physical, 5-star skating, 5-star shooting. Yeah, this guy's going to simulate very, very well. Next up, all rise for the King, King Kristoff. Of course, a donated player, as King Kristoff has the all-time record for donations here on the channel. He is so very appreciated, and this is his player. King Kristoff, high elite. I gave him the boost from medium elite to high elite for all that he's done. 78 overall. Again, offensive defenseman, 6'6", with the 90 passing, the 95 shooting accuracies. Nathan, they're all going to be in the fantasy draft that we do. They're all 18, born on January 1st, 2005. 90 offensive awareness, 95 poise, 85 stick checking, 90 speed, etc., etc. Again, well-rounded player for the most part, but some things that really stand out for King Kristoff. Next up, we move to one of Landon's players. This one Landon gets for finishing in second place of Division 1 in the Fantasy Hockey League. Landon Johnston, Wyatt Johnston's relative, of course. 82 overall, medium elite power forward. I know, sorry, Cam, sorry. Yes, it's a fantasy draft, exactly. So 5-star physical, 99 discipline, which is very good to see as well. Well-rounded shooting with 4.5 stars, 90 acceleration, 88 speed. Nice to see there from Landon Johnson. 77 hand-eye. But, oh, 2000, my high school graduation. There you go. There you go. 91 puck control. One of the higher overall players in the entire class. Next up is Massimo Adona. This is from Crazy. Crazy finished in 5th place in Division 2, and he got this player, Canadian, 79 overall, medium top 6 sniper, 5-star shooting, 89 puck control, low defense, but 5-star skating, got the wheels X factor, so super high on that. Massimo Adona. Next up is Miles Morales, who comes from Intelligent Dice, who finished 3rd place in the Dynasty Hockey League. Miles Morales, this is one of our only goalies, 82 overall, medium elite, hybrid goaltender. Nice to see there. So the Spider-Man theme, well, I kind of did what I could with the creation of the player. 99 agility, 95 hole. There you go. Great choice there from Intelligent Dice. 99 speed as well. Spider-Man himself, Miles Morales, is here. Next up, Mila Wren. Mila won this player through a donation. One of the only female players we have here. 5'7" power forward. Really good at the wrist shots. Not so great as the slap shots. 4.5-star physical. 90 acceleration. 92 speed. A great player creation here as well. Mila Wren and Kirill Bang both had really in-depth player creations. So if you're in the Discord server, I'm going to share some pictures later on. You'll be able to see that, or in a future episode, but I can't go through each one right now. Next up came from Vasi Rosters. Odo Quark, great Star Trek reference. This is for finishing in 4th place of Division 2 for fantasy hockey. Odo Quark, if you get the Star Trek Deep Space Nine reference, 6'6", number 9 for Deep Space Nine. 80 overall, medium top 4 offensive defenseman. Yeah, we'll get to the players either in the Discord server, not in this stream, but I think next week we'll do it when we have less burden to have to go through the time constraints, I should say, sorry, to go through the fantasy draft. 5-star physical, 4.5-star shooting, a lot of offensive defensemen in this fantasy, of all these created players. So I'm excited to see how they do. It'll really help out the scoring and hopefully bring down the cost of defensemen in the league overall. Next up is going to be Ron Burgundy. This is one of Golden's players, as Golden finished 1.3 points behind me, 2nd place in the Dynasty League. So Ron Burgundy, 82 overall, high elite, 2-way defender, 89 defensive awareness, 5-star shooting, 87 offensive awareness, 89 poise. The skating will come along with time, but 99 durability. I'm Ron Burgundy? Exactly. There you go. That's going to be our catchphrase for him. Perfect. So that's one of Golden's players as he finished 2nd in the Dynasty League. Next up, Randy Ho. This is from Palm. Palm finished... no, this was a donation player. Randy Ho, medium elite, 78 overall sniper. Again, with a 5-star shooting. People love the 5-star shooting. That's okay with me. I can't wait to see scoring shoot up now. 2-star defense, low puck skills, but that'll come with time. Next up was Steve Rogers. This is the player, Golden's 2nd player. This is the one who Golden got for finishing in 1st place of Division 1 in fantasy hockey. So that's a redraft league, new players each year. Steve Rogers, Captain American, 83 overall, medium franchise. So he's in there as a playmaker, 91 passing, probably the most well-balanced player of them all. We're starting off a fantasy draft series, and this is going through the created players who will be in the fantasy draft. There you go, 2nd Marvel reference as well. Perfect. There you go. So that is Steve Rogers joining the universe here. I can't wait, doggy. I can't wait. Next up, we've been waiting for this one. This is Landon's 2nd player, the one that he got donated by, was it King Turby who donated this one, I believe? Slim Shady. We all know Slim, just chillin'. We know him. He's been a part of our channel for a long time, whether he's in the live chat or in the Discord server. Slim Shady. So, of course, he's going to be an offensive defenseman. Slim's favorite type of player. 99 passing, 96 puck control, 5-star shooting. Of course, that makes sense. Another offensive defenseman. There you go. No, it's the entire league fantasy draft. There you go. 2-star defense, exactly what Slim would want. 5-star skating, 2.5-star physical. He's aggressive, but I don't know. Cousins with Wyatt Johnson. There you go. 2.5-star physical, 2-star defense, exactly Slim's type of player. There you go. Cousins with Wyatt Johnson is Landon Johnson. Thank you, Landon. So that's Slim Shady right there. Next up, next donation player. Yeah, the Norris race is going to be crazy. Trouble W Tribbles. Trouble with Tribbles, another Star Trek reference right here. You love to see that. That's Dice's second player. This one coming from a donation. 78 overall, medium elite centerman, 5'9" grinder with 5-star physical. This guy is extremely hairy. If you know what Tribbles are, then you would get it. Sorry, Devots. Also, does this series involve other people? Because I heard you mention other people. No, it's just created players. But in the future, we'll do GM Connected, Franchise Connected in the future. We'll definitely do that in the future. Over under PM career-ending injury to Slim Game. We'll see what happens to Slim Shady in his career. We'll see what happens. Okay, so yeah, that's Trouble with Tribbles. Love to see that. 99 shot blocking, 98 stick changing. Just a player that's super hard to play against. That's exactly what Dice wanted. And finally, we have Wu Mei. This is Michael Axe player for finishing 4th in the Dynasty League. This is our 3rd and final female player. Wu Mei, 82 overall, medium top 6 from Japan. So also Randy Ho's from Japan too. So most of the rest are Canadian or American. Wu Mei, 5-star shooting, power forward, 5-star puck skills with a 99 puck control, 90s in the senses for 5-star everything there, 5-star skating, just the half-star defense and the 3-star physical there. So when we go through it, if you look at the nationalities, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, it was Japanese, American, 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 Japanese, American, 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 Canadian, American, American, Canadian, Montenegrin, Canadian, Pittis, I'm not sure. Nielsen, I think, is Canadian. Desora, American. Gilmore, American. Sung, American, because that's where Starfleet is in California. Irish, Tanzanian, Swedish, Irish, American, and Canadian. Yes, there you have it. Whew! So there you go. The race for the Calder is going to be exciting. The race for the Norris is going to be even more exciting, I think. And there we go. There are all the created players, ladies and gentlemen. Now's the time to actually do what we said we were going to do in the in the preamble that I gave to this series, which is Pittis is Polish. Yes. Sorry, thanks for catching that one. Which is going to be the reset of the league. Gary Bettman is out. Let me give myself a different name here. No special rules in this one in the same way, Gen Z. Nielsen is Canadian Danish. Good, yeah, but you're not able to do 2 nationalities. If I don't want to call myself Data because I just want to make sure the save files don't mix up with my other ones. Because I have Data, I have Lieutenant Commander Data. I'll call this one. Now you know what? It should be able to be okay. It's the same name, but it's different. Do I call it Desora? No, it should be okay. I shouldn't be scared of that. Desert Data. Woo-hoo! That's exactly what we'll do. Great one. Thank you, King. Desert Data. Oh, it could have been GM Data too. That's true. But Desert Data, that's cool. So there you go. So Gary Bettman is out. The Coyotes are no longer relocating to Utah. New commissioner team led by Shane Doan has said this team is not moving. Utah has pulled out. GM Data and his team of AGMs have said we're taking over. But Shane Doan and his team said we're going to have to refix and balance out this league. We have our 26 created players. We have the fantasy draft itself. Now our goal, ladies and gentlemen, is to build the best team possible. And that's where all of you come in for this live fantasy draft. So salary cap is on, CPU trades on, morale off, fantasy draft on. There you go. Rules and settings here. Quick settings. Let me just quickly do these. Periods are 20 minutes. So difficulty is superstar. Actually, yeah, draft pick ownership will be reset as well. Desert Data, the king of the donos, the king of nicknames. Anything else I should add to your? That's what he is. That's what he's got. King Turby's got it all. Trade difficulty set to hard. We'll randomize it golden for our draft spot. Relocation, blah, blah, blah. Auto scouting will be none because I'll take care of that. Very good. Excuse me. Still a little bit of congestion here. Head coach edits lines. Yes, Ryan, new series. Fantasy draft with the Coyotes. They are not leaving. We're not leaving. So we say no head coach editing lines. Sim engine scoring will keep to medium. Everything kept to medium for now. All good. This is a live series, doggy. And finally, the sliders. We'll put injuries down to 18, let's say, for now. Sometimes I go higher, sometimes I go lower. A lot of Timo Meyer love out here, right? We'll go 18 for that, and attribute effects, always go 8 on 10. Aside from that, we leave it. Mackenzie, welcome to the stream. Okay, so let's do it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's start the career. The fantasy draft is ready to go. That'll be all we do tonight. So there's the intro, there's the created players. Now it's time for the fantasy draft. What's gonna happen is I'm gonna randomize it exactly 22 times for my number. That's Data's number in the jersey number. 2 2s never lose. That's exactly what we'll do. And we're gonna randomize, and whatever the result is, whether it be the front or the back, whatever it is, we're gonna take that as the result moving forward. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Pause. Adam, greetings from Sweden. Welcome. And our friend, greetings from Sweden to Adam and to Liverpool, Sweden branch. Look at that. That's exactly why I wanted to go a little earlier. That's exactly it. I'm glad you could join from Europe, my friends. We'll have to maybe do these a little bit earlier in the future as well. Maybe we could do that too. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and here it is. We will be drafting 22 third. Okay, yes, let's go. Woohoo! Third overall. And the best of our division too. Tampa, I know Calgary's there. Nah, but still. Tampa, then Calgary. Wow, third. Let's go. That's big. That is big. Timo Meyer, third overall, exactly. Hey, I gave it 22 spins. Okay, let's start this draft. Matthews to the desert confirmed. Woo, let's see who goes 1 and 2. Let's see this now. 1 and 2, we have McDavid and Hughes. I'm using the most recent EA rosters, by the way. Montreal dead last, rip. Okay, so here we are with pick number 3. Oh, Calgary's in the Pacific? Oh, I forgot about that, eh? So, it depends on what direction we want to go in here. Depends on if we're going super young, are we going young-ish, are we kind of all in? This team is not going to, we don't want to wait. Oh, perfect, Barclay Goodrow's available. If I were Bettman, where would I relocate the Yotes? Utah probably made the most sense for right now. Next team, though, might be, I don't know, maybe Houston? So, I don't want to have this be a long-term type of thing, and we're going to be competing in 5 years. Not that we go all in on older players, but we want to be winning ASAP. As I said at the beginning of my preamble, this team's been waiting long enough. So, I'm thinking I probably wouldn't go Kucherov, but we see McKinnon's 28 and 96 overall, Pasternak's 95 overall at 27, Matthews 95 at 25 with a high franchise, Cale Makar 95 at 24. I'm thinking maybe not Makar because there's a lot of good offensive defensemen out there, especially in the created players, right? Matthews only 1 year older than Makar, 95 overall, and there's that first line center right there. Great storyline too. That's a big one. The storyline's a big one as well. Makar is on a good contract, but I gotta say I'm leaning Matthews at this moment. McKinnon, it's not like he's super old, but he is 3 years older. Locked into 8x12.6. In my mind, it's probably Makar or Matthews. Yeah, exactly what I'm thinking there, Chromium. Expiring contract for Matthews, but I'm not too worried about that. Storyline would also say Matthews. Simulation might say Matthews. Makar, actually, I don't know. Makar is great for a simulation, but there will be other good offensive defensemen out there. When we look at the defensemen who are available to us. Actually, no, those guys are lower in overall, but we'll get them later on. I think it's got to be Matthews. I think we're giving that third overall pick for a reason. I think it's got to be Matthews if we're here at 3. I know there's going to be some disagreement in general. But yeah, doesn't he have an extension anyways? Yeah, I'm pretty sure he has an extension locked in, no? Excuse me. So, give me the green light if we're on board for it. If you really disagree, I'll hear you out. But if you're thinking green light, give me the green light here. Yeah, Dobson could be a good option for us. It's Snake, or yes, it's Snake. Exactly. So the Canadians will pick twice at the end. Jiggles green, King green, Do It green. Yeah, I don't mind the salary as much. Lots of greens, green light. No for me. Tell me why, Nathan. Green on Matthews, hometown kid. But he should have his extension. I see a lot of green in there. Yeah, I don't know. Like, he has an extension, but I think it's still there in a fantasy draft. Only Landon and Nathan are telling me red. I'll have to go with the majority here, gentlemen. We have a long draft ahead of us. I'm going to have to go with the majority, I think. I'll hear out Nathan. I asked Nathan why, so I want to hear his reasoning. But I think it's got to be Matthews in terms of agreement, in terms of storyline, in terms of potential growth, in terms of age. Oh, I don't like Matthews, that's all. Just no valid reason, just aside from that. Okay, Austin Matthews, welcome home! As we get him 3rd overall, welcome to the Coyotes. He will be who we build around in this series. That's huge. That's great news. That really goes well. It's almost like written in the stars. Makar goes next to the Predators. Pastrnak, McKinnon, Bedard goes, of course, Connor Bedard. He was definitely one that we could have thought about, but again, I still would go Matthews over Bedard as high franchise, and yes, he's a few years old. We know, like, Matthews can be a 70-goal guy. Bedard, we know how good he can be too, but I think you got to go for the sure thing a bit more. How many years are left on his deal? Can we see that now? No, we can't see that now. Okay, so Bedard, Rantanen, Draisaitl, Fox, Kucherov, Panarin, Hughes, of course. Steve Rogers goes 14th, and Data goes to the Kraken. Woo, the first created players. So Jack Hughes also could have been a good one for us, high elite. But in terms of simulation, I think Matthews really has that. So Steve Rogers going to the Penguins, and then Data soon going to the Kraken. Big news there. The 2 medium franchise created players. There's a lot of rounds left. We just got started. Pedersen, Kachuk, Robertson, Point, Yossi, Kaprizov, Marner, Hedman, McAvoy, Barkov, Vasilevsky, Nylander, Hellebuck, Sorokin, Dahlin, Heiskanen, Shesterkin. Canes get Shesterkin and Aho. Look at that. They signed the contract. Draft Doggy says Doggy with the $1.99. Appreciate you, buddy. Let me add that to my list here. Let me make sure I keep you in there for the next layer of raffles. Eichel, Stützle, Reinhardt, Crosby. Ron Burgundy, the next to go to the Columbus Blue Jackets. High elite potential, 82. He goes. Let me just make sure I have this written down in my entries. Another entry for Doggy. Thank you very much, my friend. And I'll put King Turby's in as well. And we have 28 new entries to new subscribers. If you're a new subscriber, let me know. There are maybe 10 entries for you to the created player draft. Let me know. If you've subscribed in the last month or so, let me know in the comments or in this live stream. You will get entries into our next created player raffle. People have donated and said give them to the new people. They are for you. Sider, Miller, there's James Wyman going to the Ducks. Ottinger, Barzal, Demko, Thomas, Connor, Nico, Shea Theodore, Noah Dobson. That's too bad. Oh, no, that's too bad. I wanted Clayton Keller. Morrissey, Bouchard, Thompson, Hintz, Kachuk, Sergachev. Brock Faber goes. Suzuki, Bratt, Taze, and Sveshnikov. Whew! All right, here we go for our second pick now. We'll get the pick close to back-to-back. Couple picks coming up for us here. So we have Austin Matthews as our number 1. Aside from that, now we got to think about who's playing on his wing, who's playing on defense, what's going on here. So if we sort purely by potential, some younger players, the franchises are still, these are the older guys here. No, we're not going Landon Johnson. Oh, I thought I said Wyatt Johnson. I was saying not Wyatt Johnson yet. We want to go number 1D soon enough as well. If we look at the defense who's available, we see Dougie Hamilton on the younger side, on the younger-ish side. Philip Hronik. We love Philip Hronik. Kessel, Zach Werenski, Mackenzie Weegar. A lot of these guys in the 87s could still be a number 1 guy for us. We don't have to go for one of these top guys who are in their mid-30s. Because one of those younger created defensemen, we're definitely going to be taking one of those created offensive defensemen. Definitely. So that's how the defense looks. Goaltending-wise, Allmark, Swayman, 90 overall, Swayman at 24. Oof, that's hard to say no to. Saros, 4 years old. Yeah, I think it's got to be Swayman, actually. Byram does grow well. But 90 overall, Swayman at 24. That's hard to say no to. That's a good age and potential combo right there. Sway is the way, says King Turby. If we look at just at forwards, yeah, Carter Hart. I forgot I should have taken. I don't know if the game took him out or not. I should have. Swayman, let's go for Swayman. A lot of votes for Swayman here. Swayman, does he have an extension? I'm not sure, but I'm not too worried about it. Jordan Kyrou. Message out loud. Perfect, you got it, Mighty Joe. Appreciate you. I'll get it ready. I'll open it up and get it ready. So I think it's got to be Sway. EA left. Yeah, we'll go Sway. All right, Jeremy Swayman. So we'll see. We're about to pick again. Just want to make sure I don't miss him here between the next goalies who would go. Lafreniere could be an interesting one. Yeah, you're right. So after Swayman, we see Gensel, then Lucas Raymond. Then in round 3, Forsberg and Larkin. Okay? So yeah, then we look at somebody else here for pick early third round now. So we have our starting goaltender. We have our starting centerman. That takes 2 big things out. Perfect. Perfect. Thank you, Mighty Joe. Let me just add that. Let me do exactly what Mighty Joe just said for me. So that would be... And then I go done. Thank you. Okay, so we go probably defense here. Dougie Hamilton, 90 overall, 30 years old. He still has a good few years in him. If Dougie Hamilton plays on the left, because I'm trying to think, he's an offensive defenseman playing on the right. Sorry, he's playing on the right. If we draft one of the created guys, King Kristoff or... Where are the rest here? Or Slim Shady or whoever else. I think if they're on the left side, I don't know, could we have long-term 2 offensive defensemen? I don't know. Hronek at 25 is very tempting because he's... Even Vince Dunn. Vince Dunn, 88 at 26 on the left side. Hronek is 88 to 25 on the right side. No extension, though, eh? Even Luke Hughes. Bowen Byram's another one. Yep. King Kristoff soon enough. Where is Byram? Sorry, I think I passed. There you go. 87-22. Bowen Byram, 87-22. He plays left and right. Byram, 87-22 versus Dunn, 88-26. Yeah, Byram might be the guy here. I don't think he'll be there when we come back. I think we got to go Byram. 87-22. Byram. Okay. David Bowie Byram. Bowie Byram. All right, David Bowie Byram. Let's do it. Medium elite. Welcome to Arizona, buddy. All right, let's see who goes after that. When are they dipping into the created players? Dougie Hamilton's interesting, but 8 years younger goes a long way. Green light. So then Dougie goes not long after. Nachas, Boldy, Byfield, Verhage, Dunn, Caulfield, Hronek, yep, Landeskog, Beniers, Sanderson, Slavkovsky, Stamkos, Uyghur, Pelech, Kane, Stone, Scheifele, Lafreniere, oh, that's too bad. Slavin, Hyman, Werenski, Fantilli, Kristoff goes to the Maple Leafs. Crosby and Kristoff in Toronto. Carlson, Saros, Landon Johnson going to the LA Kings. There you go, Landon. Oh, man. Owen Power to the Canadiens. Stamkos to the Sharks. At Kyrou, Luke Hughes to the Kings as well. DeBrincat, Cooley, no! Johnson, Allmark, Zegras, Konechny, Marchessault, Carlson, Riley, Pietrangelo, Minchikov, Benson. Now they're going for the younger players. Big top 50 Bo, Carlson, Pollock, Rossi, Anderson, Rasmus, and then Frederick. Doughty, Jiricek, Eklund, Chikrin, Shabbat, Gunther, Tuck, Hurdle, Besser. Whew, and now here we are. Okay, so we got to start looking at the wings, I would think. Looking at the left and right wings. Slavkovsky already went, unfortunately. How many rounds? Like, what, 40 rounds? No, 32 rounds, I think. 32 rounds. Carlson back to the Sharks. So, Pavel Buchnevich stands out. Kevin Fiala's always been a good one as well for us. Hagel's on a decent extension as well, but I like the Fiala contract. Buchnevich only for 2 more years. Even Joel Farabee, but he doesn't usually sim super well. And on the right side, Kristoff's first name is King Kristoff. Adrian Kempe, 87 overall on the right. Seth Jarvis, 86-21. 86-21 as a... He doesn't usually sim it super well either. Jarvis, I haven't seen great things from Jarvis. Although, as tempting as the overall potential is, I don't think he sims super well. Kevin Fiala could be a point-per-game player. put him on Austin Matthews' wing, and I like that. I know in the real world, Jarvis is great, but I don't know if he sims super, super well. Buchnevich also a pass-first player. Ovechkin, I don't think so. Yeah, it would be 2 snipers. Buchnevich is a playmaker, right? Yeah, playmaker with Matthews would be interesting. He is 28, though. Fiala's a sniper, but he doesn't really simulate as a sniper. Even Nick Ehlers, 85-27. Two-way forward. Hagel is... he's a two-way forward. Johnny Hockey, I don't know if I want that contract. Buchnevich is a year older. He's a playmaker, but we could always get a right-wing playmaker, too. We could have 2 snipers and a playmaker. Who do we end up getting on the right side? I don't know. Bush might be the play. Line A, we try to save him. Peterka, Timo, I don't know. I don't think we're going to go Timo at this point. Other good young players are to come. Medium playmakers and the creative players left. Yeah, there's still most of the creative players are still here. But I'm thinking we take the player we want now, and in like 6 picks we take one of the created players. But for right here, right now, I think we got to fill out that first line. True, Lafreniere didn't sim well until we got him either. But I've seen Lafreniere sim well. I don't think I've ever seen Jarvis sim well. Slim didn't go yet. We go Bush. The next pick we take a right winger. We could. Or one of the created guys even. I think Bush might be the play here. He's still got a good 6 years in him or so. Playmaker. If everybody really wants Jarvis, I'll go Jarvis. I listen to the AGMs here. But if I had to choose, I think I'm going Buchnevich. Fiala's great too, though. Fiala sims as a playmaker, as much as he's called a sniper. And he does have term. That's the thing. Buchnevich might want a crazy contract in 2 years. Fiala, 6 years. Under 8 million. He's 27. 87 overall. Sims as a playmaker. Fiala might be my guy. I think Fiala's my choice, but I'd go Jarvis if you really want. Jarvis is younger, but I don't know about him being on the first line with Matthews. I don't know if it works that well. They can sim well. I'm just saying Jarvis himself has not usually simmed well. Seth Jarvis. I don't know. We have to quick pick. We can get both. We have 2. Yeah, we could get both. We could get both. And he would need a contract long term as well. I think we're going to go Fiala here. I don't know about that though, Gavin. I'm not sure. Yeah, there are some creative players. We'll get that in a moment. Actually, no. I could probably look at it here. I wish you could sort by created players. But we have... there's even Cutter Gauthier there. There's Randy Ho, sniper. There's Jenna DeSora, sniper. Tony Twist, Jr., power forward. Is that it? Where are the rest of the medium elites? Oh, I'm looking at left wingers, that's why. My bad. Sorry. Yeah, other good young players. Nemec, Reinbacher. The offensive defensemen are still out there too. A lot of good young players here. I think we'll go youth later. Right now I got to go for who's playing on that first line. I think it's got to be Buchnevich. Caleb, welcome on board, buddy. Caleb, so far we have taken... Oh, it doesn't show us. We've taken Austin Matthews, Jeremy Swayman, and Bowen Byram. Sorry, yeah, that was almost a huge mistake. Fiala I meant to say. Kevin Fiala, welcome to Arizona. All right, after that... that was a close one. Oops, wrong round. Ekblad, then McTavish. Give us the cup. Lindholm, then Marchand. All right, next pick now in round 5. So I think we got to go probably for one of the younger players here, like one of our created guys before they're gone. I'm scared that like 50, 60 picks from now. Or do we go Jarvis and just see who's left? Would the 78 overall medium elite still be there? We could go Jarvis. We could. But there are other good young players who aren't as high in overall, too. John Jason Peterka, Dawson Mercer, Wu Mei. Is Mei a playmaker? No, power forward, yeah. Nemec is also a tempting one. No, Zuccarello is going to be there for many rounds still. Need top deep pair. We have Byram who can play left-right. Michael Pizzetta, maybe, huh? Brandon Montour's out here. Darnell Nurse, Seth Jones, tough contract. Oh, Thomas Harley, 86 overall Thomas Harley. Phil says go Slim Shady. Would he still be there, though? That's the thing. Slim Shady's still, as good as he looks, he's still a project. We need players who can play today. I'd rather just take whichever created players left over, maybe. After, like at our next pick. Our next pick, we say we're definitely going for one. So we could go Jarvis, or we go for a guy like Brandon Montour. Brodin, 87. 5x6 is a good contract. Strong two-way D. Even Matheson's on a good deal. Nemec is younger, 82. Kirill Bang, of course, is out here. All the other defensemen are still out there. Brant Clark. Nemec, 82 at 19. Nemec is hard to say no to as well. Lane Hudson. Korchinski. Brand Clark, 79-20 versus Nemec, who's 82-19. But offensive defenseman. There, you know what? There's other good offensive defensemen. I'm going to say let's go Nemec. Let's go Nemec, who can play top 4D right now. All right, I'll see you, Landon. Connor Ingram went? 85 overall? Really? All right. Okay, so after Nemec, let's see. Nugent Hopkins. Jarvis goes right there, for sure. Makes sense. Matheson, Miller, Kempe. Wyatt Johnson going to the Hurricanes. Carter Hart, sadly, still in the league. Miles Morales going to the Chicago Blackhawks. Bushnevich to the Bruins. Harley, Erickson, Eck. Jenna Desora. Oh, look at that! Data and Desora are both on Seattle. That's incredible. That is amazing! Lieutenant Commander Data and Jenna Desora both drafted to the Seattle Kraken. What an incredible story. What an incredible story. I gotta tell my fiance, that's incredible. That's amazing! Wow. And Eric Carlson and William Carlson both to San Jose. That's it. Honeymoons in Seattle. There we go. McCann, Line, Trocheck, Hagel, Drysdale then going there. Montour ended up only going later on to Dallas. Kadri, Toffoli, Jones, Terry, Stankoven, Mila Wren. So now we're getting into the 78 overalls. Mila Wren going to the Maple Leafs, joining King Turby over there and Sidney Crosby. Timo Meyer goes to his team in New Jersey. Ovechkin going to the Sabres. Randy Ho going to the Kings now. Now we're getting into the medium elites. Kirby Doc, Skinner, Curly Mac McGee going to the Sabres. Nichushkin, Peterka, Brodin, Korchinski, Knight, Thompson, Dursey, Nyes. Doggy going to the Rangers. Doggy drafted by the Rangers right there in the 6th round. Hill, Kachetkov, Provorov, Jerry, Bobrovsky, Jaden Pittis also going to Seattle. Whoa! What is Seattle up to, eh? What is Seattle up to? Pittis, Desora, and Data. Wow. No, we have Swayman. We have Swayman already. Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen, Kopitar, Middlestat, Strome, Velarde, Binnington, Markstrom, Hanifin, Ekholm, Ingram, Mikey Anderson. All right, so we're definitely going to go with one of our created players in this one because they're starting to go. We want to make sure we get one. So we want to go with one of our created players. Long game in Seattle, yeah. Looks like it, eh? We definitely want to go with one of our created players here. So we have, no, I'm just looking for 18-year-olds. Who are the 18-year-olds? Marco Kasper's out there. That's late. Yeah, it is late for Kopitar. I think Slim might be the guy here. So Shane Wright's interesting. Matthew Savoie. Trouble with Tribbles is here. The center grinder, correct? Yeah, center grinder, trouble with Tribbles. Kirill Bang, 78 overall. Nielsen, Cobb, Shady. There's a lot of good creative players we can take, but people seem to be very interested in the Slim Shady. Is Shady the guy? And that's it. Those are the last created players left, eh? Shane Wright first. When does the simulation start? In the off-season or regular season? It starts, I believe it brings you to the start of the regular season. Yeah, we need that right wing top spot. Created guy, then right. Okay, it comes down, do we want Kirill Bang or Slim Shady? Kirill Bang, even Bob Cobb, though. All offensive defensemen. So Slim Shady has the worst defense, right? Kirill Bang has the shot blocking. It doesn't work, though. 2.5-star physical. Same for... All of them have 2.5-star physical. Slim for the content. Best shooting. And best puck skills as well. Alright, Slim for the content. Kirill Bang is a great story, too, though. Both Bang and Shady have the 5-star skating. Nielsen would be nice as well, but I think we needed one of the offensive defensemen. How well they simulate in game, I think we need one of those guys. I think Slim Shady's the move for the storyline. Slim Shady, welcome to Arizona. Let's do it. There you go. All right, let's see if anybody else went. Shady, then goes Perfetti and Sanheim, Malkin and Decord. All right, next pick now. Yeah, Doggy went earlier, right? Okay, so we have our first line center and left wing. We have our top D pair. We have our starting goalie. So we need someone who can play on the right wing, I would think, at this point. We need someone who can play first line right wing. Yeah, he's going to need a defensive partner, that's for sure. So Oliver Bjorkstrand wouldn't be a bad idea, I don't think. Drake Batherson. I don't see him simulate super well, though, usually. Owen Tippett has potential. After that, it starts to drop off a little bit. Marchenko. Nielsen for right wing 1. Throw him in the pen and he'll grow like crazy. We play Nielsen first line. Zuccarello in like 20 picks maybe. Byram with Slim. There you go. Sorry, Nielsen here. 78-18 medium elite. Yeah, you're right, Jenzi. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. He's a well-rounded power forward. There's some left wings, I bet, who can play right wing. Like Nick Ehlers, for example. Yeah, Nick Ehlers could be a guy for us. So it's between Nick Ehlers, if we're going for an NHL-ready guy, it's between Nielsen, Ehlers, even Tolvanen, Nealon, Ehlers, Jeff Skinner? No. Hold on. Nielsen, Ehlers, Teravainen, Moore, Chef Jeff. I know Caleb was excited for that one. That's a tough contract to take, though. Or Bjorkstrand. Another sniper, so maybe it wouldn't be good to go another sniper. Yeah, it wouldn't be a bad idea to change the player types. All right, so he's out. It comes down to Ehlers or Nielsen, probably. Ehlers, medium elite, 85-27. Nielsen, 78-18, medium elite as well. You're only making 6, not crazy. Kessel, yeah, for sure. We could look at Kessel, but not just yet. Not just yet. Ehlers is a two-way forward. 90 passing with 4.5-star shooting as well. Nielsen's a power forward. I don't know if Nielsen would even play first line, though, if we got him. I don't want to stunt his growth. You can get old players to fill out the roster in the draft. Yeah, that's exactly it. Nielsen, green lights. Okay, you know what? I would honestly lean Ehlers. And I don't want to go too heavy on players we already had. We already had Trevor Moore in Starfleet. We already had Kevin Fiala in Starfleet. I don't want to go too heavy on the guys we've already had. I would probably go Ehlers. But I'm hearing the chat, and I'm going to go Nielsen. Unless there's a center who could play right wing, maybe. Ooh, like Lindholm. Lindholm could be center, but again, that's a guy who was a legend in our Starfleet series. We could go back to Nick Schmaltz. I think Jeff's going to be there, though, Caleb, with that $9 million contract. Lindholm's a great option, but he would need an extension, and we already had him in Starfleet. All right, I'm going to listen to the chat and go Nielsen. I would probably go Ehlers. But for the storyline, let's go with another created player here, and we'll take Nielsen. Welcome to Jason. Yeah, I was going to say James. Jason Nielsen, one of the created players, Mighty Joe's created player, as he's going to join us here in Arizona. I wouldn't be surprised if all the created players are gone after this one now. Samsonov, Zaka, Kreider, Michelli, O'Reilly, Forsling. There goes Cobb to the Blues. York, Gustafson, Nurse. Dennis David going to... Oh, we could have even taken Dennis David. It's because his potential is lower. That's why. Should we have taken the medium top 6 with 81 overall instead of Nielsen, 78 medium elite? It probably balances out. Oh, but that would have been another sniper, though. 3 sniper... No, we couldn't go sniper again. Dennis David, though, going to the Penguins, joining Steve Rogers. J.J. Moser, Marino, Kirill Bang going to San Jose. Batherson, Wu Mei going to the Florida Panthers. Same thing, Wu Mei, right wing, which we needed, but medium top 6. Would I rather have medium elite? I think so. Trouble with triples going to the Canucks. Shangovich, Bjorkstrand, Clark going to the Golden Knights. Duchesne, Pesci, Carlo, Sandin. Tony Twist Jr. going to the Toronto Maple Leafs. The Maple Leafs are doing something there, eh? Shane Wright goes to the Kings. Lane Hudson to the Canadians. There you go. Ehlers going to the Canadians. Oh, we almost could have got him ourselves. Maybe not almost. Happy Gilmore going to the LA Kings. Gooley, Hoglander, Ghost, Edmondson, Frost, Mercer, Goudreau, Gerard, Varlamov, Tippett, Schmaltz, Siegenthaler, Askarov, Lindholm, Chernak, Dealey D. Potatoes going to the Kraken. That's the 4th created player to the Kraken. Heidel, Pavelski, Stevenson, Cutter Gauthier, Dylan Cousins, Claude Giroux, then Jeff Skinner goes. Wallstead, Georgiev, Spurgeon, Letang. Pick 254 now. So we have our starting center, left wing, right wing. We have 3 of our top 4 D. We probably go another forward here. I would say an NHL caliber forward. To start looking at that second line. Yeah, Miles Morales already went as well. Kuzmenko, 85-27. I'm not going to go Kessel just yet. I think we probably go forwards here. Now we're not going for not going for a 36-year-old now, making $6 million. Dano, who's 30. Dano could be someone there. Teravainen wouldn't be a bad option for the wing. Kuzmenko as well. Kuzmenko a couple years younger, signed on for 1 more year. Trevor Moore is just calling my name. Any medium elite rookies out there? Yeah, for sure. Marco Casper, Matthew Savoie. Joaquin Kemmel. Yeah, 3 of those left. Marco Casper could be something interesting. We saw he grows pretty well for the most part. Matthew Savoie even, not bad. Throw some players in the system. I could see Marco Casper being a solid second-line center. I think Casper might be the guy even. We go Casper this pick and then an NHL second liner next pick. Yeah, let's go Casper now, and then we'll get that veteran presence in like 6 picks here. Hang on a second. I'm really, at executive decision, I'm really feeling Casper. Rust, Leonard, Zuccarello, there he goes, and Trouba. Okay, so now we'll take a second line NHL forward. Trevor Moore's probably that guy. As much as I said I want to avoid repeat players, it's too good of a player to pass up here, I think. Trevor Moore. Dano speaking to me as well, but hard to say no to that contract. Kuzmenko, though, would be the one that maybe gets consideration. 5-star puck skills and shooting. Sagan probably too old. Actually, it's not that bad. But I don't know about that contract, though. Trevor Moore has the top 9 potential, which isn't great. 80 poise for Moore. The top 9 potential scares me because we had Moore in Starfleet, and if he didn't have a great year, he dropped to an 83. Yes, Moore has a great contract, but if he was an 83, would we be taking him? That top 9 potential scares me a little bit. One okay season and he regresses. Couturier, also not a bad one. It's a bit expensive. It's a couple million less, but that could be second line center that locks in for a nice long bit. Sean Couturier could be a guy. 30 is we can't call 30 old now. Now Couturier wouldn't drop. Couturier will get taken soon enough. Kuzmenko might be the guy with the 5-star puck skills and 5-star shooting. Because he has medium top 6 potential. I'm more confident in that overall. Even for Couturier, though, with medium lead potential, I'm confident in his overall as well. Should we think about another top pair defenseman or backup goalie for the next pick? Yeah, next pick we could think. Backup goalie, I don't think so. A couple picks, 3 picks maybe. But I could think about a third pair, like a second pair defenseman in a moment here. We only have 2 wingers, though. Should we go wing over center and go Kuzmenko? I think I'm going to go Kuzmenko here. I hear the arguments for everybody, but we got to move this draft along as well. Andrei Kuzmenko, welcome to Arizona. Yeah, Tolvanen would be low elite guys. Low elite guys with a good season can grow like crazy. And Eli Tolvanen, we know how good he's been. Data 782 Hall of Famer. Nelson, Tavares, Novak, Schneider, Braden Schneider, Jack Quinn, Kaylor Cahill, one of the other players who was still around. We already got Slim Shady. So Kaylor Cahill goes 80 overall, medium top 4. Again, do you want the 80 top 4 or the 78 medium lead? So it's a tough question. But Cahill goes there. Monahan, Burns, Couturier. He goes to Colorado. Poitras. Moore goes to Detroit. Hall, Tolvanen to the Flyers. Odo Quark goes to Florida. Marchenko, Larson, Montembeault, Fowler, Norris, Vetrano, Holtz, Khrushchev. Really? He's 83, yeah. Dano, Devin Levi, Ridley Gregg, Lindgren, Lundell, Fervary, Chiarelli, Massimo Adonna, Zari, Lindell, Pinto, DeMello, Forster, Comfer, Middleton, Liljegren, Brink, Evangelista, Teravainen, there he goes. Bennett, Neighbors, Newhook, Krug, Pedersen, Fabro, Whitecloud, Domi, Falk, Roy, McCabe, Coleman, and Coyle. All right, next up now. Getting sorted by potential. Savoie's still out there. Maybe Casper would have stayed a bit more. David Reinbacher, Axel Sandin, Palika, Joaquin Kemmel. Kessel, not yet. Adam Boquist. Couture, no, he's going to get injured. Ratu. Lambert. There's some good players out here. Kako. A good defensive defenseman could go a long way here for us, too. So if we go defense... Oops. Dylan has an 84 is interesting. Defensive defenseman, 84 overall. Right wing or D. So I think Dylan would probably be that guy if we go defense. He is 32, though, but he's an 84. Could go Alexiak, who's 2 years younger, 1 overall less. Making more money. 2 years younger, though. 6'7", Jamie Alexiak. Manson in the middle. He's 31. Right D. Dylan paired with Slim could be something. Even Alexiak. Artem Zub. Zuby. Suter, Martinez, Matrois, Bear, Wallman. I don't know if we go for another young defenseman. We already have 2 young defensemen. A third young defenseman. We need some guys who are going to be playing right here, right now. Goalies who are available now. Still enough good options for us at backup that we could wait probably at least 2 more picks, I would think. Yeah, we need to get a backup goalie, but not just yet. So Alexiak stands out to me. As does Dylan. Aiden's saying Jake Wallman. 87-27. Sorry, 83-27. Defensive defenseman, you're not wrong. 90 shot blocking, 89 stick checking. 83-27 on a 3-year deal. Or 83-30. 3 years older. Orlov probably making a bit too much. He's not too young, but he'll be around longer than Dylan would be. Dylan, though, 5-star defense goes a long way. Cheating heel. Pick a young medium elite and trade him. Not quite the direction we're going in, though. Dylan might sim better than Wallman, but Wallman would be there longer. 5 years younger, 1 overall less. Yeah, I think Wallman might be the guy. I wasn't even really thinking about him, but Wallman, I think he could be the guy. Ethan Bear is interesting, but I really prefer to go defensive defenseman here. Jake Wallman could be a steady guy for us. I'm going to do it. Jake Wallman, welcome to Arizona. Steady second pair D of the future. Let's see how long we can keep him in the defensive core. After Wallman, it goes Sagan, Strome, McDonough, and Talbot. So now we go... Yeah, Noah Hannafin for the Canucks type of guy. Exactly. That could be Wallman. All right, so we could probably go right wing here. We don't have any... We're doing cheating heel. We have a fantasy draft Coyotes franchise mode starting now. We're not leaving. The league has kicked out Gary Bettman. An ownership group led by Shane Doan has taken over. The Coyotes are not moving to Utah. The Utah ownership has left in disgrace. And now GM Data has said, we'll take over and we're not leaving. But to balance out the league, where Shane Doan and company has said, let's balance things out and do a fantasy draft. Tom Wilson. I don't know if I want the discipline. Connor Garland. Eesh, it's getting scary at right wing. Dylan Sprong, Rickard Raquel, Anthony Mantha, Zetterlund. There's 26, Mighty Joe. Could go Nino. Huberto's still out here with his contract. Mason Marchment is interesting. Power forward, but low discipline again. Decent contract for Mason Marchment, who could play right wing. Bunting can also play right. Two-way forward. Bunting, 27, 3 years left at 4.5. Better discipline than Marchment. Maybe not in the real world, but here at least. Bunting could be a guy here. Even Lehkonen. Anything about Lehkonen? He has top 9 potential, though. Oh, so does Bunting. 4 years left on his contract. Barbashev, 5 years left on his contract. Medium top 6. Left wing center. We could put him on the right, maybe, anyways. Yeah, Barbashev might be the guy in the end. True, we need a second line center. That's true. We do need a second line center. Kuznetsov's not on a bad deal. Pierre-Luc Dubois, do we try to save his career? That's a tough contract to take, though. Evan Rodriguez. David Perron, people are saying. Perron's a bit too old, probably. Perron 35, yeah, we can't. I could see a Braden Shen. He's 32, I don't know. Granlund, 80 faceoffs. He's center right wing. Yeah, Barbashev could play center, actually. Kuznetsov 70 faceoffs? What? What are Barbashev's faceoffs? 75. He could play center. Burakovsky is left wing, right wing, though. I think it's Burakovsky or Barbashev. And the question probably is who plays left and who plays right. I'm sorry, who plays right and who plays center. Burakovsky might be a guy who even slots up. Even Barbashev, though. I think we'll go Barbashev. Yeah, green light on Barbashev. All right, let's do it. Barbashev's going to come in and be a second-line player for us, possibly at center. Nino, we'll see if he's still there. Where'd I go? Where am I going? Nedeljkovic, Orlov, Zub, Spence, Husso, Wall, Frederick, Romanov, Hofer, Francouz, Gibson, Bear, Granlund, Ethan Bear, Kraken legend in our franchise series with the Kraken, and he goes back there. Boquist, Ferraro, Baron, Lindgren, Joseph, Samuelson, Kokanyemi, Rodriguez, Manson, Robertson, Nick Robertson, Dustin Wolf, Fabian Zetterlund, Jonathan Huberdeau finally goes. Ekman Larson, David Reinbacher, Brian Dumoulin, DeBrusque, Brindley, Bunting, there you go. Zellweger, Lundqvist, Sprong, Formenton, Doan. Oh, it would have been nice to get Doan. Kakinen, Joseph, Rasmussen, Nazar, Burakovsky, Veleno, Tomasino, Schmid, Dostal, Hanola, Cartier, Drouin, Hartman, Wilson, Ben, Roy, Roslovic, Chinnikov, Lehkonen, Marchment, and Timmins. Okay. Niederreiter's still there, isn't he? For all you Nino fans out there. Yeah, he's still there. Expiring contract, though. Nino. Victor Arvidsson, a year younger. Don't want all snipers, though. Boone Jenner's on a bad deal. Maybe we could look a bit more at youth. Defense, we have 4. Goalies, there's still a good amount of goalies here as well. Hey, JP, hooray for new franchise and fantasy draft. Who was our first pick? Our first pick, Mr. Austin Matthews, of course, with the 3rd overall selection, thankfully. Sorry, wrong way for potential. Who's out here for potential? So Savoie, Sandin Pelika, sorry, Kemmel, Brad Lambert, Aturatu, Lucas Reichel, 78-21 with medium top 6 potential. Emil Heineman, Fabian Lysell, legend, Isaac Roseyan, Peyton Krebs, Yuri Kulich, 75 overall, 19. Oof, tempting. Liam Ogren, 79 overall, 19 as well. We already have Marco Kasper, but that's also tempting. Should we try and save Kakko's career again? I don't know. Maybe we went too early on Kasper, but I think he simulates quite well. So that's what I'm banking on. Matt Carnado. Everyone's a sniper, right? Everyone's a sniper. Chaz Lucius, of course. Samoskevich, Bork, Bourgault, Hendrix Lapierre. Sort by face-off? You can't. You only sort by. You can sort by defense, not by face-off, though. Bolduc and Pelletier, Joshua Roy. Tempting, 77 overall playmaker. Joshua Roy. Is Riley Smith a playmaker? He could be. I'm not sure. Or you just go Nino. I'll have to say we probably just go Nino. All right, we'll go Nino for the right wing. Nino Niederreiter. But for a young player, Juan might be that guy. Graves, Zadorov, Kraus, Fabry. All right. Now, next pick. We have our first line. Our top 6 is almost there as well. I think you missed some. No, Gavin Brindley's a real player. There you go, another 22. Exactly, that's what we like. Tough call now. We have Matthews. Do we need another centerman? We probably need another centerman. Excuse me. We were thinking Granlund before. Paul's on a good contract. Granlund's better, but shorter term. Nick Paul 6x3. Solid on the faceoffs as well. Granlund, better playmaking, worse defense. Is he that much better? The shooting accuracy is not much higher. What does Granlund really have? The puck skills? I guess the puck skills a little bit. Okay, we need someone who can fill in and send. Yeah, well, it's. He has bottom 6 potential, but he's already an 83. You can't really get any lower than that, as long as he's not regressing. But Joshua Waugh is also a good young player. We want young players on this team. Nice playmaking option. We don't have a lot of playmakers in the organization either. Wenberg for third line center. Might want to go youth here. Kakko, I don't think so. Zadina, low top 6. Colson 78-22. Carnados out there 20-77. Yeah, we did. Yeah, Kakko's still there, but we already tried him in Seattle. Sorry, in Starfleet. Joshua Roy. What the heck? Let's do it. Let's get a right-wing playmaker in the organization. Joshua Roy. All right. Who went after Roy? Laferriere goes. Yeah. Urson. Paul goes. There you go. Now he has top 6 potential? What? Colton, McMichael, Mikhaev, Marachik, Addison, Couture, McLeod, Shillington, Granlund, Bean, Radish, Vlasic, Fogle, Wenberg, Kakko to the Rangers, Kaliev, Walker, Arvidsson, Soderstrom, Blackwood, Bertuzzi, Dumba, Nyquist, Geeky, Gavrikov, Voronikov? Fog of War? No Fog of War. Dubois to the Canadians, there you go. Manjapane, Pelletier, Protas, Kopp, Shen, Ogren to the Wild, Borgren, Petrie, Yokiharu, Perbix, Dickinson, Lawton, Hayes, Miroshnichenko, Sillinger, Tanev, Pajot, Carrier, Jenner, Gourde, Reichel, Brandstrom, Reichel to the Blackhawks. I wish I could see the younger players better. Like, I would have wanted to look at Miroshnichenko, but it's so hard to scroll through these guys. Joshua, then Gustafson. Okay, so far... You got Matthews, Byram, Fiala, Kuzmenko, Niederreiter, Barbashev, Wallman, Nemec, Shady, Nielsen, Roy, Casper. So there's our center prospect. There's a couple of wing prospects. We have a defense prospect. We have a young goalie as well in Jeremy Swayman. We got to go for that second line center now, probably. These Jonathan Tays. Boy. Kuznetsov? But he has horrible face-offs. That's the problem. But unless we're saying Barbashev is second-line center, we could say that. So if Barbashev is our second-line center, we don't need... So if we go back to who's drafted, if Barbashev is our second-line center, yeah. So Matthews, Fiala, whatever, Niederreiter, no. Matthews, Fiala, Nielsen, we said line 1. Kuzmenko, Barbashev, then Niederreiter, line 2? So is our top 6 kind of filled already? Then top 4 defense, Wallman, Nemec, Shady, and Byram. That's our top 4 right now. So we need to start looking at maybe third line slash second pair D for this season. Middle 6 maybe we're thinking. Middle 6 forward. Jaden Schwartz wouldn't be bad, 83. Let me look at some top 6 guys. Peyton Krebs, medium top 6, 78. Kulich is still here, 75-19. Now we gotta get someone who could play right now. And be here for a few years, maybe. Evander Kane, 3x5. Riley Smith, 2 years. I could see Riley Smith, but again, a sniper. All these snipers. James Schwartz is a sniper too. Now he's a two-way forward. 85 durability? Really? Raquel 5 by, and he has elite potential. Raquel could get back up there. Raquel's a good playmaker. I could see Rickard Raquel. You know what? I could actually see Rickard Raquel. And I'm going to do it. Rickard Raquel. Next pick's going to be a defenseman for us. I'm going to do it. Yeah, I like that pick for us. Okay. Raquel, then Henrique and Appleton. Raquel Rejuvenation. Parson, and then O'Connor. Drew O'Connor, really. Common, Jack. Very common. All right, so that leaves us with about 30 million in cap space. We got to be a little careful. Not super careful, but a little careful now. Backup goalies still seem to be out here in excess, so I'm not going to take one when we don't have to. We probably go for a defenseman here. And is it Dylan? Actually, Dylan's still here. Brendan Dillon is still here. And even Alexiak is still here, too. CC, Susie. Yeah, Dylan might be the guy for us. McNabb, 32. He does have term on the extra year of his deal. McNabb's 92 shot blocking, 88 stick checking, 4.5 star defense. Dylan seems to be better there. Alexiak, though, he has a nice contract. Well, nice. He has more than 1 year. He signed on for 3 years. Philip says you don't need another defensive defenseman. We only have one in Wallman. Because right now our defense is two-way defensive, two-way offensive. So again, let me just double check here. Two-way defensive, two-way offensive. So we have two two-ways, one offensive, one defensive. Yeah, X Factor doesn't mean too much. It helps with chemistry. I don't know if there's any good offensive defensemen out here. The game usually takes those earlier. Nick Leddy, maybe? Was he? Yeah. No, Justin Schultz is there. 33, Justin Schultz. Tyson Barrie and Kevin Shattenkirk are both here. 82. We'd probably go for one of the higher guys. Like Dylan at 84 is tempting. Someone for Brexit tackles, perfect. I don't know if I would. I'd probably want someone who has term. McNabb is going to help for chemistry, and he's making less. Let's do it. Braden McNabb. Block those shots, baby. Get him in. Okay, after McNabb, Zadina, Bernard Docker, Cotter, Kerfoot, Hendricks Lapierre, Kane, Bork, Coronado, Wood, Eberle, Cece, Alexiak going to Seattle, Cooley, Holloway, Krebs, Mantha, Hayton, Duby, Annanen, Duclair, shouldn't be in the NHL, Kuznetsov, Berggren, Lafferty, Dillon, Dvorak, Shelovs, Bjornfot, Mayfield, Jack Guy going to the Canadians. Look at that. Vanacek, Vemelka, Delandria, Texier, Savard, Kapanen, Kesterlin, Kemmel, Carcone, Drieger, Lundstrom, D'Angelo, Susi, Kampf, Drury, Podkolzin, McBain, LeBanc, Cates, Chatfield, Lowry, Turcotte, Boqvist, Letty, Farrell, Greenway, Lyon, Nosen, Pospisil. And now here we are. All right, so. No, it's Zubi shouldn't be in the NHL, not Duclair. Sorry, I said it a bit late about Zubi. Okay, okay, maybe third line center or youth. Third line center or youth. Backup goalie, not yet. Third line center or youth. If we go youth, yes, Ethan, it is every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern, unless there's a Stanley Cup Final game. Any stream on Mondays, Tuesdays, or Thursdays that is on the same night as the Stanley Cup Final game will probably just be in the afternoon, like we're doing here. Aturatu, Lolit. Brad Lambert still out here as well, 75-19. I only have ever seen him get higher than like an 83, though. Strinan, Cardwell, Bourgo. Yeah, could probably go youth here. Boldzuk. Let's go. Thanks, Ethan. Appreciate you being excited. Glad to have you on board. Sergeev, they're all centers here. Kulich could be someone we go for. 75-19. Yuri Kulich. I think we go Yuri Kulich. 75-19. I think we go Kulich. 75-20. 76-20. Isaac Rosean. Playmaker. We could go Rosean as a playmaker. We do have a decent amount of snipers. Rosean or Kulich. Both 75. Both on entry-level deals. Rosean 1 year older. 82 passing, 3-star shooting. 80 passing, 3-star shooting. Brandon says Palmieri. Palmieri! Yes, sir! Good old Kyle. Fabian Lysell, also 75-20. We know how good he can be. Bogdalou. Suzdalev. Kletsi Kulich. Lakaramaki, 71-19. More room to grow. It's true. I don't know how much, by how much. I have to see when their birthdays are. Bystedt, Dvorsky, Del Bellas. Love that name. Braden Yeager. Nathan Goucher. Owen Beck. Yeager Furcus. Tromala. Connor Geeky. I might want Connor Geeky, actually. Real life Coyotes prospect. I might want Geeky. 72-19. I might go Geeky and then Kulich if he's still there. I think Connor Geeky might be the guy. Even Riley Height is 70-18. But I love the height on Geeky. Geeky for the story as well. So this is round 13 maybe? Yeah, I'm going to say let's go Geeky for the story. 19. This is round 17, sorry. We're about to pick again. So we can take Kulich now. Valimaki, Zamula, Primo, and O'Connor. Who are the still backup goalies who are still out here? Yeah, still a lot of good goalies out here. I'm not looking for youth anyway since we have Jeremy Swayman. So again, if we sort by potential. Yeah, this is round 17. Kulich, 75-19 is probably the guy here. We could go for one of the 18-year-olds we just saw before. Tell me, Jack, what 2 players do we need on this team? Edward Saleh, Otto Stenberg, Clinton Musty. Could go for one of the 18-year-olds. Height, Haltonen, Hanzik. There's some good guys out there. The Deweys, of course. Rekhoff. I think the third line center could be easier to pick up later on. Golden. Carolina is likely making Tulski full-time GM. Oh, thanks for the news update, Jiggles. Nate Danielson, 1867. Crystal's an interesting one, too. Andrew Crystal, 1869. 1872 from Jaeger. We already have a couple centers, though, in Geeky and Casper now. Suzdalev. I prefer not to go center again here. Philip Mashar. Yeah, Kulich is probably the guy here. We'll go Kulich and we'll take one of the other guys later on. Alright, Kulich, welcome to the team, buddy. Alright, there's Kulich. Now a long gap here. Do we have any veteran presence? Need a rider. Suter, Grigor, Evans, Grubauer, Dorfeeva, Kostin, Wallstrom, Dawes, Sokolov, Shevchenko, Yafalo, Merzlikins. Sandy Plika goes there. Yamamoto, Corpusalo, Schwartz, Pacioretty, Knizia, Lowry, Guryanov, Paling, Glass. Riley Smith goes now. Lacombe. Lauzon. Harris. Bordelot. Okay. Here we go now. We got 25 million left. Perron is still out here. If we're looking at third line center, we still have the Backlund option, Eric Howla option, Jordan Stahl even, but he's 35. Lars Eller is solid. Kalle Yarncrow. Or do we continue looking at youth and things like that? Goalies are still out here, no problem. Connor Dewar, I don't know about that. Taze, nah, he's retired now. I'm not going to take him. I should put him out of the game. Yarncrow was speaking to me as well there, yeah. Oops. I think he's even center left wing, right? Yeah, center left wing, two-way forward. Yarncrow, I like that contract as well. Yeah, I'm not going to overthink it. I think that's a good move for a top 9 forward. Kalle Yarncrow, welcome to the team. Allison, Soderblom. JVR, Samoskevich. Okay. Yeah, Yarncrow's solid. All right, now next pick. If we're thinking, again, drafted players now. So Matthews, Fiala, Byram, Kuzmenko, Barbashev, Niederreiter. Yeah, Seattle's going to be great. Seattle got another one, I forget. I think I got 4. Raquel, also a veteran. Yeah, McNabb, Raquel, Yarncrow, Niederreiter. They have some... Pittis, yeah. That's who went to Seattle. We have some good veterans in here. Anyway, so first line, Matthews... Just in top 6 forwards. Matthews, Fiala, Kuzmenko, Barbashev, Niederreiter, Raquel. There's the top 6. Defense, Byram, Wallman, McNabb. Or no, probably Nemec, Shady, not McNabb. Third pair D, McNabb and somebody else. So we continue to fill out the third line. Backup goalie time? I don't know. They continue to not get taken. That'll be cool. They continue to not be taken. So, like, we don't want Kemper, but whether it be Fleury or Reimer or Allen or Jones or Wedgwood or Quick, any of these guys, yeah, I think we're okay. For, let's say, one more round. I don't know about Eric Halla. Got to be a little careful with money. 3 million, I don't know. It's not the most. But Bukestad's younger and making $1 million less. I think Bukestad could be a guy. 6'6", brings some size. Former Coyote as well. I don't know. To save $1 million and get a player who's younger? Oh, he's a current Coyote, not a former Coyote. What am I saying? Yeah, Bukestad's the guy. Bukestad's the guy. Okay. So Wedgwood just went, so maybe now we go back up goalie. I was waiting for that point. Yeah, we're still going. We'll be done soon, though. This is round 19 of 32. We're about to make picks a lot more quickly. Now that we're at the end. Rosein goes. Just whoever has potential we're taking in a moment. Howla, Lambert. I'll think about Lambert. Cloudball, Broberg, Boldzuk. We might have an excess of centermen, but we can always make trades later on. Pretty good. We took Slim Shady. Yeah, we took him. Smith, Thompson, Mata, Fisher. Fabian Lysell goes. Pustin. There's still a good number of goalies, I think. Yeah, there's still, we can still wait. We can still keep waiting on goalies. You got it, Landon. 638th overall, maybe we'll take him, eh? All right, back to forwards here. Maybe we do go David Perron, but that's $4 million. He's a good player. He sims well, but that's $4 million. Or we go for our 6th defenseman to round out the defense here. Is it Tyson Barrie? Yeah, Eric Tolsky, New Hurricanes GM. Still $4 million. Giordano's a cheap veteran option for us, but he'll be gone. He's a 1-year thing. Brody, I don't know. Shattenkirk, 34, 82. Is he an offensive defenseman, though? I don't know if I want another offensive, yeah. Might go with Giordano, then. Mark Giordano. I think he's the guy. But could we wait on him? Probably. I'm not sure where Wyatt Johnston went. Because this is what? Pick. Yeah, so we can make... Let's take Giordano our next pick. And for the pick right now... Now, I don't want to put $4 million on Nick Foligno. I might want to get someone younger. Might want to go for another youth pick here. Oh, yeah, Wyatt Johnston went to Carolina. Oh, did he? Was he on the Kings, Wyatt Johnston? Yeah, we'll take Giordano next pick. Right here, right now. Who has some potential? Jordan Dumais. That could be a good pick for us. Jordan Dumais, right-wing playmaker. I like that. Aturatu is still out here. 74 overall, but we have a lot of centermen. I want to stay away from it for a little bit if possible. Until the end. Malatesta, Cardwell, Brisson, Bourgault, Winterton. Wyatt went to Carolina. There you go. Emil Heineman. Yeah, Dumais is probably the guy. Saleh's not bad either, though. 70 overall, 18, Edward Saleh. But Dumais, low elite. I like that low elite. We could take a defensive prospect, too. Well, we have a good young defense. If we went for a defensive prospect, Svozil. Do we call him a prospect? I guess. He's 20. Bichelle. That could be good. 73-19. I like that. We'll take a quick little skim at the end, Landon. Not go in depth, we'll take a little skim. Mukmadulin, 75-21. Bichelle might be the guy. Poirier, Jérémy Poirier, 75-21 as well. 71-19, Denton Matejchuk. I didn't bring any water with me, Mighty Joe. Thanks for saying it. I'm gonna get water as soon as we're done here. Denton Matejchuk, 71-19. That's it. Known 25-year-old prospect. Maverick Lamoureux. Lamoureux is a big boy. Walinder, Dragasevich. Pickering. Yeah, there's some good defense in here. We can get some Theo Lindstein. We can throw some decent prospects in here. Okay, I'm going to take Bichelle. Okay, this is what I'm doing. I'm taking Bichelle. Then I'm taking Dumais. If Giordano is still there, we'll take him. If not, it's not the end of the world for a third pair defenseman. But I want to go for the low elite. Let's get a young forward and a young defenseman here. And if Giordano is still here, we take him right now. Let's see. So if I go to defense... and he's still there, exactly. So Mark Giordano's going to go here. I'm glad we waited on him. No need. We probably can wait a little bit more. But if we know we want him, may as well take him. I'm tempted to even look at Eric Johnson. Eric Johnson, same overall. Two-way D. Costs more, though. We're down to $21 million in cap space. But cap's not an issue now. Maybe we do go for an Eric Johnson instead of a Giordano. He's 35, Stanley Cup experience. Could maybe play beyond this word. Beyond this season, sorry. I was reading what Doggy said. 4-star D. 87, 88, 87. 88, 88, 89. Johnson, 6'4" versus 6 foot. I think Johnson's the guy. I like the veteran presence from Giordano, but Johnson could maybe give us an extra season. He might not just be a one and done. So I'm going to go Eric Johnson here. And then with our next pick, might go back to Youth Crystal and Musty Go. I didn't check who had gone in between, but it's okay now. So we're at 22 out of 32. Goalies, yeah, they're still out here. They're still out here. Quick, Reimer, Fleury. Not a huge deal. We could go... yeah. Maybe we don't want to risk it now, though. Okay, let's go. This is when we'll finally go goalie, then. I think we could probably still push it a little bit more. We could always go Reimer or Quick or even an 81 overall like a Riddick or something. But I love the storyline of getting Fleury in here. So let's bring Marc-Andre Fleury to Arizona. And he'll be our backup goalie to Jeremy Swayman. Now, yeah, bottom six forwards, good point. Let's start looking at the bottom six. guys who aren't going to be as expensive in the 81 range or whatever it might be like that. Like a Blake Wheeler could be interesting. Palmieri 5 million, not as interesting to me, but a Fast 81 could be good. Marcus Johansson at 2 million, Martin Nook at 1.8. Guys like that we can start looking at. So at this point, the team as a whole, top 6 forwards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Third line, Jarnkrog, Bjugstad, even Nielsen's going to be in there. So there's our top 9. Our top 9's actually set. Hey, I'm sorry, Sean Avery. I'm so sorry. We have to start at 4 today. I put it in the Discord announcements yesterday, but we have to start at 4. So fourth line, we need fourth liners. Yeah, we need a fourth liners. On defense, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think we're set there as well. Seventh defense, like fourth liners, a 7th defenseman, and more prospects. That's pretty much it. Any goalie prospects? Prosvetov, Olivier Rodrigue. Not much. No, I'm not worried about goalie prospects, though. Dime a dozen in the drafts. Not an issue. Portillo. Okay, so we're going to go bottom 6 forwards / youth. So maybe Blake Wheeler's that guy. Yep, why not? Blake Wheeler's going to be at 800K, 82 overall? Yep, we know he can sim well on top of that. Carey Price, yeah, high elite, good prospect. No, Moose, tough contract from Moose. Okay, Martin Nook could be another guy. Yeah, Gen Z, I like that. So Wheeler was one that I wanted. But Martin Nook at 1.8 is a good deal. Foss, two-way forward, but 82, 80, and 84 in the defensive categories. Martin Nook, 86, 84, 87. Yeah, I like Martin Nook a lot for that. Isn't he? Yeah, he was a former Coyote, too. Former Coyote. Oh, what do you mean, come on? A fourth liner making that much money is not good for us. Olofsson making 4 million is too much. Tommy Nosek could be fourth line center. Oh, no, I'm thinking Tommy Novak. That's Thomas Nosek, not Tommy Novak. What am I saying? I was going to say, yeah, he's rated kind of low. All right, let's go Martin Nook for the fourth line. Martin Nook for the fourth line. We could use a 7th D like we said. Is Giordano still here? Giordano's still here. So you know what? Let's get Giordano as 7th defenseman. Why not? We were thinking what, do we even get him or what? And here he is. So Giordano can come as 7th defenseman. I did a lot of favors for you here, dog. I got you Fiala. Who else did I get you? I got you Fiala. I got you Niederreiter. I got you Raquel, even, I think you had said. Ooh. I'm not taking $4 million fourth liners. Now at this point, let's go back to forwards. Right. Another fourth liner we need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then 9 is Nielsen. Wheeler, Martinook. Fourth line center. Yeah, we went through the created players at the beginning, and this is a fantasy draft. The Coyotes are not leaving. We took over the Coyotes. The Shane Doan and company took over the league, and they said the Coyotes are not leaving, and now there is a fantasy draft to reset the playing field here at the state of the league. So fourth line center, Jeff Carter is a bit expensive for me. Thomas Nosek could be an idea. Sean Corrali, 2.5. Lars Eller, actually, at 2.45 might not be a bad idea. Lars, he could slot up if need be as well. You'll be able to watch back, Sean. Sorry about that, buddy. He had Kirill Bang. I had sent out an at everyone in the Discord server, but I knew that some still wouldn't see it necessarily. I know. So Lars Eller might be the guy for us. He can slot up as well. Trennan is tempting. Yeah, Trennan is tempting a little bit. Two-way, 82, 80, 83, I don't know, and 70-some face-offs. Nah, I love Lars Eller. I was at the game where he scored a hat trick with the spinorama against Winnipeg. Lars Eller, get in here. Of course, yeah, always the Duheim and Dewar, always, always, always. All right, so from here, I think we pretty much go youth from here on out. Pretty much youth from here on out, I think. Sorting by potential and seeing who has a little bit of anything to throw in the system and try to squeeze a little growth from if we're lucky. So we sort by potential. Xavier Simano, right? Is that his name? Yeah, Xavier Simano. Tyler Boucher, former first-round pick. Try to save his career. Low top 6, 70 overall, 20 years old. 70-20. Is that the best? 70-20? Oof. Could go Alec Martinez. Defense is full at the moment, but we could consider if no. I think it is full. We already have Giordano at 7th D, right? Yeah, not much left now. We already drafted some youth, so it's not a huge deal. Jameson Reese. Yeah, I'm sure he will, doggy. I'm sure he will. Jacob Perrault, with top 9 potential. Yeah, we'll go with Boucher. Jack Guy's already gone. Tyler Boucher, let's see what happens with him. Yeah. Yeah, not much. Zachary Lheureux, there you go. Your favorite, Sean. It's like so if you want a little recap on who we've drafted so far, no problem, Bat. No problem. So for the forwards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe even with Nielsen in the 6 as well. One of the creative players who we took. Then you got Bugstad, Eller, who can rotate third, fourth line center. Wheeler, Yarncrow, Martinook, all as depth here. For the rookies in our system for the forwards, Joshua Roy, Kulich, Casper, Geeky, Boucher, Dumain. And on defense, we could use a defensive prospect, as we have, yes, Byram, that's great. Yes, Nemec, that's great. Yes, Shady, that's great. But they're all in the NHL right now. Bichel's one guy in our system. So right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 as Giordano and Bichel. We could use a third goalie eventually. But I might want to go for a defensive prospect. And by prospect means someone who's just younger. Yeah, Bichel's a monster, right? Like 75-28 for Mahura could be someone. Where's Bichel? I'm not sure where Bichel is from. Blankenberg. So 75-28. 78-25 for Mahura. Oh, he's Swiss. Is that it? 70-21 Ottavainen. Ville Ottavainen. High top 6. Some Starfleet staples. Yeah, we took a few of those. Bryson, 78-25. Jacob Bryson. He could be someone. Jacob Bryson's tempting. Yeah, I like Bryson. Cal Foot, out of the league. Robertson. Matthew Robertson, 74 at 22. I could see that. 4 overall less, but 3 years younger. 74-22. But top 6 potential. Where was he? Victor Mete. There he is. Ottavainen, 70-21. I don't know. Let's go Robertson. Let's go Matthew Robertson. Top 6D potential probably doesn't become anything. Maybe he can be a third pair guy or 7th D. Who knows? At this point in the draft, we're just kind of throwing darts. Martinez still out there. Same for Suter, Atkinson. No one wants those contracts, eh? And for goalies, yeah, they're still out there. Quick, Allen, they're still out there. So for third goalie, maybe like an Anton, I don't know. David Riddick, third goalie. Eric Comrie, 79-28. We already have a fourth line center, though. We're okay. Eric Comrie, third goalie, perhaps. Backup is Marc-Andre Fleury, baby. Riddick is better, but would he be happy to play in the AHL? I mean, right now he doesn't even seem to have a job, so all right. David Riddick will get him as third goalie. A weird name with a Z who's good. Zahorna? Zilkin. Campbell with his $5 million contract? I don't know. Hey, The Gamer, welcome to the stream. Hey, what's up? This is my first live stream. Welcome aboard. Thanks for joining us. Glad you could join in. We're almost done the fantasy draft for our new series, which we live here on Monday evenings on the channel. But thank you that you could. Thank you for finding the time to join us here this evening. Fourth week, Data 782 Legend, channel Legend. Okay, everybody, just backed by just potential again. Do we throw Phil Kessel in this lineup? Do we throw Phil Kessel in here? I think we have to, eh? Do we just throw Phil Kessel in there? Anyone else who's young-ish? 2272 Simano? Or 2376 and a Denisenko? Let's do Denisenko. That's it. If you're a new sub, let us know. Are you a new sub, gamer? And now is... Who did I just say? Is Kessel still out here? Yeah, we'll go Kessel. You just subscribed? The Gamer... Okay, Gamer now. And that was our last pick! Woo! Thank goodness I took Phil Kessel, but we could have gotten him in free agency. So, The Gamer, what we do here on the channel is every few months, we run a raffle, and the winners of the raffle get a created player in a franchise mode series, just like this one. We had 26 created players. You just won 10 entries into that raffle. Now, if you win it, the way for me to contact you is through the Discord server. Link is in the description for that. So join the Discord server. That's the best way to contact you. And when it happens, you'll know. So 10 entries for you as donated by other people who have donated to the channel. And there we go. Now I have 18 left to give. I had 28 to give. Now I have 18 left to give. There you go. So there's the fantasy draft, ladies and gentlemen. Whew! Matthews, Swayman, Byram, Fiala, Nemeth, Shady, Nielsen, Casper, Kuzmenko, Wallman, Barbashev, Niederreiter, Roy, Raquel, McNabb, Geeky, Kulich, Yarncrow, Bugstad, Bichelle, Dumais, Johnson, Fleury, Wheeler, Martinuk, Giordano, Eller, Boucher, Robertson, Riddick, Denisenko, and Kessel, your new Arizona Coyotes. We're not leaving, and this is the team that's going to keep us here. If you want to look at other teams just quickly, maybe go ahead and pause on this. I'll go through each one. So the Ducks, McAvoy, Wyman. McAvoy, Wyman, Slavin. I'll just say the top three, and you can pause for the rest if you want. The Bruins, Panarin, Thompson, Hronik. The Sabres, Dahlin, Stützle, and Saros. The Flames, Hughes, Gensel, Larkin. The Hurricanes, Draisaitl, Sergachev, and Verhaeghe. Wyatt Johnson there too. The Blackhawks, Kucherov, Hintz, and Caulfield. The Avalanche, Jack Hughes, Evan Bouchard, and Gabriel Landeskog. How about that? The Blue Jackets, William Nylander, Ron Burgundy, and Adam Fantilli. There's always there's a bunch of teams that get their players. Dallas, Marner, Barzal, and Scheifele. Detroit, Pettersson, Dobson, and Slavkovsky. Edmonton, McKinnon, Bratt, and Nachas. Florida, Point, Connor, and Pellick. The Kings, Heiskanen, Eichel, and Landon Johnston. The Wild, Vasilevsky, Seider, and Werenski. The Canadians, Shesterkin, Aho, and Power. The Predators, Makar, Sveshnikov, and Zibanejad. The Devils, Sorokin, Reinhardt, and John Carlson. The Islanders, Pasternak, Devon Tays, and Hamilton. The Rangers, Kaprizov, Stone, and Demko, and Stone. Doggy also in there. The Senators, Rantanen, Faber, and Byfield. Also getting Thomas Chabot, that's funny. The Flyers, Jason Robertson, Nico Hischier, and Mackenzie Weegar. The Penguins, Steve Rogers, Josh Morrissey, and Matty Beniers. The Sharks, Matthew Tkachuk, Shea Theodore, and Steven Stamkos. Eric and William Carlson also in. The Kraken, Data, Keller, Sanderson, as well as Desora, Pittis, Potatoes. Great, you love to see that. We took Jeremy Swayman, 90 overall, 24 years old. The Blues, Fox, Brady Tkachuk, and Dunn. There you go, Vince Dunn back to St. Louis. The Lightning, McDavid, Raymond, and Forsberg. The Maple Leafs, Hellebuck, Crosby, and King Kristoff, as well as Mila Wren and Tony Twist Jr. Kirill, a shark. Vancouver, Yossi, Thomas, Rob Thomas, and Patty Kane. Vegas, Hedman, Ottinger, and Lafreniere. Washington, Barkov, Miller, JT Miller, and Hyman. And Winnipeg, Bedard, Suzuki, and Boldy. So you can go through and check that again if you would like. There is the draft, ladies and gentlemen. It was a lengthy one, a little over 2 hours. I wanted to keep it short, but thankfully it didn't go into the Stanley Cup Final, because if we did, at 7 o'clock, we would have gone into the Stanley Cup Final by now. at 9 p.m. would have been. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll wrap up the episode there. In the next episode, we have to think about a few things, including the lineup. We'll look at trade blocks in a moment as well. But number one would be the lineup. If we look at if we do preferred lines like this. Actually, if we say, let's go to roster moves here for a second. If we go to forwards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So these guys are going down. Those younger players, hold on, are going down. And these guys are coming up. Kessel's going to come up as well. And Casper and Awa will go down. Then on defense... Sorry, defense. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shady stays. Bring these guys up. Actually, we'll just bring one up so that Shady is going to be in the lineup. But we can definitely sign some free agents as well. If we go best lines, same thing for the AHL. Now I go ahead and call up Johnson so he doesn't get in Shady's way. There we go. Head coach preferred lines down here. Denisenko, Casper, Roy on that first line. I love it. On defense, there we go. So our coach, yeah, we have to look at our coach. Shady hates the third pair. Sorry, the third pair most. Should Roy be in the NHL? Maybe. We'll talk about that for next time. So here's an idea of our lineup for our first season, 2023-24. We'll sim through the season next week, next Monday, June 17th. 7 p.m. Eastern, unless there's a Stanley Cup Final game. Here are the forwards. Here's the defense. Here is the power play. We'll move it around. Actually, I don't need to show you the special teams really that much. Here's the goaltending, of course. Healthy scratches, Eller and Giordano at the moment. Down in the AHL, we would see Denisenko, Casper, Roy, Dumais, Geeky, Kulich, Boucher. They'd all be down there. We can definitely sign some players on top of that. Goaltending, Riddick with Bratstrom. So we'll sign some players there. So lineup ideas are definitely going to be appreciated. I saw Wheeler at center. If I had to give you an idea of the lineup today, it would probably be similar to this. Just swap here. Swap here. Probably like this. If I had to give you a lineup today. Something like that. So our coach as well. Super Bowl favorites? Hard to say. I don't follow football super closely aside from fantasy. Our coach is B-rated. Terry Cons. A or A- in everything except for B power play and B penalty kill. 62% fit. Terrible at Slim Shady, unfortunately, but 62% fit overall. The rest of our staff in the Bs. Coaches who are available, Bs as well. So we probably keep that coach for year one and go from there. Let's just see a crazy team fit. 67% fit from Philip Elias, but we probably have Slim playing higher up in the lineup. Horak or Korpin. Oh, Stanley Cup favorites? Panthers. Gotta be the Panthers. So, coaching is an idea. Extensions, contract. Let's make sure everyone's under contract as well. No unsigned players here, right? Right. So Giordano, Johnson, Wheeler, Martinook, Kessel, Robertson, only ones who would be expiring. Everyone else is under contract. Very good. We have $8.522 million in cap space. Free agency looks like this. For who dropped the free agency, Suter, Martinez. So it's good. We can get them for cheaper now. If we wanted to sign them, we can get them for way cheaper than they would have been if we drafted them. So keep that in mind. We can look at we can always make some sort of trade. We can always say some sort of package of two of our depth players. We take Eller and Giordano and we trade them and we go and sign Martinez. We can always think about that. We can not redo, but we can kind of fix and alter make alterations to our original decisions. Vesalainen, Alex Nylander, Puljujärvi, Tyler Madden, channel legend, a few guys with potential who we could look at. There you go. Now we can think about Marcus Foligno, doggy. Now we can. So there's free agency. If we want to look at trades already, I wonder if teams already have players on the block, really. Yeah, players are already on the block. So here's how our organization looks trade value-wise. Remember that draft picks are back to everyone having all 7 of their picks. If we look at the trade blocks around the NHL, sorting by overall, but keep in mind that we're looking at potential too. Wieland, Lamoureux, Engstrom, etc. in Anaheim. Boston, we see Emil Heineman and Beckman. Buffalo, Easton Cowan, there he is. Calgary, Nathan Gaucher, Musty, Kumpalainen. Carolina, Othman, Matthew Savoie, Furcus, Haltonen, okay. Chicago, Colorado, Cardwell, okay. Huskies was a great series. Great storylines. Dallas, ooh, Riley, Montour, Bjorkstrand, Larson, Confer, and Miller, all already on the block here in Dallas. Detroit, Tanev, Edmonton, Luneau, Florida, Hayes, Mantha, Kampf, Mayfield on the Kings. Montreal, Pacioretty in Montreal, same as William Carrier. Berard on the block in Nashville. Chaika, Lambos in New Jersey. Islanders, Lavoie, Akil Thomas, Lekaramaki, Kidney, Nelson. Dean, Callum Ritchie here with the Rangers. Senators, O'Reilly, Skinner, Parayko, and Falk. Flyers, nobody. Penguins, Cody Ceci. Sharks, Carlson, Lindholm, Hall, and Teravainen. Not looking good for Kirill Bang. Just kidding. Connor Murphy in Seattle. Not much in St. Louis. Tampa Bay, same thing. Cagnoni. Maple Leafs, Kopp, and Saad. Nothing in Vancouver. Nothing in Vegas. Washington, not too much. And Winnipeg, Grzelcyk, Kerfoot, and Nemesnikov. All right, so they're the trade blocks around the NHL. If you're curious, if you have any suggestions for trades, draft class. If you want to just see who the draft class is, of course, incorporating some real-world prospects. But first overall will be Artem Kulikov, Estonian prospect going first overall. So in this universe, it's EA rosters, so no Celebrini or anything like that. But it's okay. It's an alternate universe. Don't worry about it. So Kulikov can be the Celebrini. Catton, Lindstrom, Iginla, Dickinson, etc., etc. There's the trade. There's the potential draft order. So I think that's just about does it, ladies and gentlemen. We have some, and also captaincies. We want to see captaincies. We'll save lineups for next episode. So let me look at this. If you're leaving a comment here on YouTube or over on the Discord server, link in the description, the questions we have to think about the most would be, never Docky, would be number one, what's the captaincy? Number two, what trades are we making, if any? Number three, what free agent signings are we making, if any? Number four, what players are getting a chance in the lineup in the preseason? And number five, with all the personnel figured out, what then is our lineup headed into the season? I think those are the main questions we're thinking about. Moving into year number one, we're not leaving. We want to establish something here in Arizona. 44 years, not one Stanley Cup Final, 4 postseason berths in over 2 decades past, 1 playoff series win in the last 12 years, a franchise winning percentage below 40%. It's time for a new era here in Arizona, led by GM Data and his team. Austin Matthews, exactly where I bet he would want to be if the league went into a fantasy draft. Love the storyline. It's a great time, and we'll be here live Monday evenings, ladies and gentlemen. So leave a like if you haven't already, and subscribe to not miss out on any of our live stream series. We'll be live tomorrow, Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. Eastern for Expos Franchise Mode on MLB The Show 24. But we're live Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays here on the channel with, I got to get the Canucks up soon. It's been very busy here with the created players, and I was a bit congested. The throat was going a little bit, but now I'm back. Canucks will be coming soon. Sorry for the very lengthy delay on the Canucks series, but that'll be just about it. Thank you, everyone, for creating your created players. Thank you for putting in the effort. I'm going to share a deeper look at each one on the Discord server, so another reason to join if you haven't already. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining me. We'll see you next Monday evening for season number 1, our first year in Arizona. If you have any suggestions, or even if you make graphic design or something, if you're good at thumbnails, I would love to just do one thumbnail and keep it for the whole series, kind of like how we're doing with the Expos. So let me know. If not, I'll figure it out myself, but let me know if that's something that you're good at and you want to donate. Fan art, whatever it is in the Discord server, that's what it is. Everyone, enjoy the Stanley Cup Final tonight, and we'll talk soon. Thanks for being here. It was an exciting one. Let me know if you enjoyed the afternoon stream. Should we do afternoons more often? And we'll talk soon, everybody. Have a great start to your week. Thanks for being here. Let's go, Coyotes. And don't forget that we're not leaving.